So this is the wig, and it's been plucked and the roots have been dyed, so it looks pretty good. I will link in the description below what type of hair this is, and I'm just gonna jump into it while putting this on my client. So as you can see, my client is natural and she didn't really care too much for me braiding her hair back, so I just went ahead and did the way that I usually do my own hair before putting it under a wig. I basically just brushed her hair back and put some gel on it or whatnot so that it could stay. And I have a video that I did a wig installation on, and so I'll link that in the description below so that you can see how I braid my hair back in detail. But literally I just braided her hair back, and then at the ends I put them in braids, and then I pinned them to the sides, and then after that I put the wig cap on. So now that the wig cap is on, I used the Got To Be Free Spray to go along her hairline. I didn't really put it in her hair, I just put it around where her hairline starts. And that was really about it. I went from ear to ear with it so that the wig cap underneath can, be secured. And so that the wig itself isn't going to be laying against your skin directly so much. And you want to go for a wig cap that is the same skin complexion of your client, but you can also use foundation as well. So once I was done drying around her hairline, I went in with the scissors and went ahead and started cutting off that excess stocking cap. And so the trick with this is you don't want to cut the stocking cap all the way up until it meets her hairline. You want to kind of cut before it meets the hairline so that when you put the wig down, it looks more realistic and it matches with her actual hairline. And so that's all I did. I kind of just went around her hairline with the stocking cap, And so if you aren't happy with the way it looks, you can always kind of, pull it back to an extent so that you can get any extra pieces cut off. And so be careful with that too, because you don't want to cut, the client. So you want to make sure that as you're cutting it, you're watching it and your finger is kind of following you as you go. And this is a very tedious task, so don't rush through it. Take your time so that you get the best ending results. So I'm placing her wig on just to make sure that the wig and the hairline that I have cut matches perfectly. And so if it doesn't, you can always go back and kind of fix that so that everything is aligned and blended. And as you can see, I ended up adding some foundation that was hers to the hairline. That's totally optional if you want, but if you want it to blend better, that is definitely the way to go. And so I dabbed it on there. I didn't douse her hair in foundation because you don't want it to look overdone when you put the wig cap on. You want it to blend perfectly. And the biggest thing you need to remember is use alcohol to clean the area around the hairline. If you don't do this step, then once you put the glue on, it won't stay and it won't lay as good as it can because you want to clean off any dirt. So now I'm applying the hair glue to her hairline. Yes, I'm using a straw. I didn't have a popsicle stick, but the straw works just as well because I'm kind of doing an outline of how I want to smooth off the hair glue. And so basically I went around the edges of her hair using the straw. And then after that, I went back over it using a rat tail comb just to smooth the hair glue out along her edges. And the hair glue I used was called Ghost Bond. So far, I really like it. It's better than this other glue I had been using, but I'll make sure to link all of that in the description below. So once the hair glue around the hairline is now turning clear, I usually go back and put another layer on just to be sure that that first layer is on there securely, because you don't want any lifting. And so now I'm gonna push the wig onto the front of her head. You want to line it up with her hairline, which it does. And so you want to make sure that it's secure, so you can have the client holding it with you also, or if you feel like you have it on your own, you can do that. And so as I'm pulling it, I'm kind of pressing down to make sure that it is laying along her hairline. And so I also used a comb, the end of a comb, to go ahead and start pressing it down to make sure that you know, it's laying down and it's not just lifting. And I did that all around her edges and hairline because I wanted to make sure that the wig was going to be secure. And so after I got rid of any remaining lace that was left over, I went ahead and hit the final step, which is basically styling. And so some females don't really like doing the edges, but in this case she did. So I went ahead and took some hair out that was already plucked, and I basically cut that and made it into edges. If you want to see how I do that, I do have a video on that because I didn't have the camera facing the way I was doing it when I was styling this part of her hair. But that is it for the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it as much as I did. My client really liked the hairstyle, and this was her first time having a lace front. And so if you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe and you like this video. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you say it in the comment section because I will respond. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you guys on the next one.